go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. Water. Good girl. Goats should always have lots of clean water. It's like having a drink after all the dry pellets. Yeah, this one's definitely higher, isn't he? Rusty, stay away. Cut. Film that. So one of the jobs we have to do every day is just to brush up the poos of the goats. So you can see they do a little pile. And the reason we have to do this is because we have a really young baby goat, and until it's about 6 weeks of old we can't give it any deworming at all because it's still too young. But in that 6 weeks, that's when it can get parasitic worms quite easily from eating near the poo or coming in contact with the poo. So that's why every day we scoop it up into the bucket. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and then we've got a resource in here. We can add it to the worm box over there. One of the other worm boxes, we can add it to the compost. We can add it directly to vegetable gardens or around fruit trees. Wherever we want this fertility, we can then take it somewhere. So while it's a little bit of extra work, we then have a resource that we can take and put somewhere that we want it to be. And I brush up probably 90% of it. I don't get every single little poo because that would take a long time. And I think about it like I'm trying to brush up M&M's, chocolate raisins. And it doesn't seem so bad then. So the other thing that is interesting is that in their sleeping area there's still piles of poos, and they pee as well. So I do the same thing, I scoop it up, but after the baby is 6 weeks or older, I probably will do this less often, and we'll just do the method where we just keep adding a layer of straw every day or every second day, and we basically just build it up with poo covered by straw because we just really need to keep it dry. That's the main thing. So we'll just keep adding straw, it will build up, and then at some point when we want to, we take it out, and again we use that in the compost, or we use that if we're building up a bed and we want it to sort of compost in situ, and it then is again is a resource that we can use in that point of time when we need it. So after scooping up all the poo, we just come out the door, and right here there's a worm box, so it all goes into the worm box. We've got probably just over half a bucket, 3/4 of a bucket with hay. That just goes in here, and the worms will process that. And then
like I said, I'll leave it all day to dry out, and in the evening we'll add a little bit more hay. Probably add more hay every second or third day. Now, if they're not going to do what you want them to do, this one, like, staying this side, he has to come this side because otherwise he goes and steals their food. So if he's not, it's easy with goats as like other animals to get them to go with food. So I'll grab food and show you. Just let the goat smell, and then he'll follow me wherever I want him to go. Come on, go, 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 go. Good boy, go. And then he's got his dish, and so then he'll stay on the side I want him to stay on. Close the gate. Come on. And then I can feed the mother and the baby separately. So, come over to this side. I'll show you what the setup is over here. Basically, the goats learn very quickly to jump up onto the platform, and this piece of wood up here, this piece of wood here can move, can rotate, and when you put the food down and the mother puts her head through, then that goes down and it locks over her neck. So this is basically a feeding table and a lock so that you can then milk her without her moving away. So all I do is I get her some food. I'm trying to wean her a bit off the food, so I'm only giving her 3 handfuls, and the baby's also having some of that. Now we feed them commercial goat pellets that's formulated for goats, so it's got all the minerals and trace elements and the right amount of copper and stuff for goats. And then I also add in a little bit of corn just to make it go further. It's cracked corn. There's some whole kernels, but most of it's cracked. So that just goes a bit further. I only put in probably about a third or quarter of corn, otherwise to get the pellets. The mother gets the pellets because she's still lactating, supplying milk to the baby, and the baby's growing, so he gets a bit of pellets as well. And we give the old boy a little bit of pellets, basically as a reward for coming back at night to his pen. Otherwise, if he doesn't have an incentive, maybe he won't want to come back, or he'll go for a walk around. But if he gets his little treat, it's just a small amount, then hopefully that keeps him coming back all the time. Sets the routine. So now I'll show you how it locks down. Basically when she's eating, that pushes down and squeezes her there. So it should be tight enough that it's not actually going to hurt her, but she shouldn't be able to pull the rest of her head out because her neck is a bit smaller than her head. It's a bit tricky to make this so that it works very well. You've got to get the position of the screw or whatever's holding it in place such that it will hold her when you want her to be held. This one, I think if she wiggles around a little bit, it will come out and she'll be free. But if we're milking, we'll know. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, and the other thing I want to show you, if you come around here, water container that I've had sitting empty out in the sun, just help sterilize it a bit. So they need fresh water every night. So I'll fill that with water from the barrel that catches water off the roof. And the other thing I want to show you around here, so we've got this undercover so that it doesn't get wet. This is a lick, so it's a block that the goats can lick to get extra minerals from if they need it. It's got molasses in it as a sweetener to make them want to lick it. It smells kind of sweet, smells quite nice. They did lick it in the beginning. I haven't really seen whether they're still licking it or not. And basically that's a way then that gives them the minerals they don't get from being outside, and basically the minerals they take out there with their poo. So if they do lick it and they go out and poo, then they are spreading the minerals around. And so over time their paddocks aren't going to need the minerals anymore. What do you want, boy? This boy's a very friendly boy. Hey. He's really... Come on. He just wants to play like that. So he's doing this constant butting. And I guess that's just preparing to become a male goat. And he likes the pushing and it. But every now and again he'll settle down and he'll jump on my lap and I can just pet him and he'll relax. But if I kind of rub him, he kind of forgets about the headbutting for a while. We don't want him headbutting all the time.